All right, are we live? Hi. Hey, everybody. What is going on? Now, real life, I don't know how this is sounding. I don't know what it looks like, but I do know that I need to get this done. Sorry. I don't feel like being on camera today. I've been going through it. I literally have been going through it, you guys. So, yeah, it's been crazy. But nevertheless, I'm here, and like I said, I can't find the stream. I can't see it on YouTube. Yep, I don't see it at all. I see last Sundays, but I don't see tonight's. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on with this. I'm just glad that I finally got some audio because I just sat here for I don't know how long to get audio on this thing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead with this. And I'm also recording just in case it doesn't go live because I can't figure this thing out. So anyway, I'm using OBS tonight and hoping that everything goes well. So, hi, you guys. Now that we have that awkward introduction out of the way, um, that little video is a little bit different because I got some questions from my friend Ms. Rising Star. She is a YouTuber and she's also a TikToker. But I'm trying to get her to come back over here to YouTube and really punch it, really hit it. It's not too late. You can still get monetized. Anybody that wants to do a YouTube channel, you should definitely just jump in. Also, it's my birthday month. My birthday, I'm going to be 54 years old, and I'm still here on YouTube, and I'm loving it. So let me go to my window capture really quick, and I wanted to show you guys the Rising Stars page. So this is her page right here, and love this lady so much. She's amazing. Do follow her. Okay, let's get her monetized this year. Follow her channel so that she can get monetized and you can see some really great content. She has a lot of talent. Okay, so you don't want to miss Rising Star. You don't want to miss that. All right, let's move on to some other things because we do have some things that we want to talk about, and I feel like this is just me because the audio. Okay, the audio input capture. Okay. I told you I didn't know what I was doing. I told you I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway, we have two questions that I have to go through, and I want to put my color source back up here. So there we go. Okay, so today's challenge: have a conversation with a friend or colleague. Ask her about something that truly excites her. Listen to the words she says and the energy that bubbles to the surface. Consider what that tells you about the excitement in all of us. Okay, so what am I excited about? I'll be honest with you guys. Um, really, I don't know. I think my grandchildren excite me right now. I really don't have a passion for anything right now because if I did, I would be doing it. And that's my personality. I would literally be, doing the makeup or doing the hair or doing the content, whatever it is. And I think about content every single day. And I know I'm talented. I know that I'm skilled in some things. I can sing, I can write, I have an e-store, I have a beautiful website because I've been building websites for 15, 20 years. Um, but right now, ever since I became a grandmother, I'm just like, yes, I love being a grandmother. I've been a grandmother for 9 years. And then I got this other little bubble of joy, Harmony, and she's 4. And so I've been engulfed in baby fever. My 9-year-old, Honesty, we call her Periscope Baby because I debuted her on the internet on Periscope when Periscope was live. And that's when I met Miss Rising Star. And a lot of the people, some are still around, some are not. But Miss Rising Star has always been around. So whenever she asks me to do something, that's it. I've been a grandmother. I think maybe music. I've been singing and playing instruments since I was a child. And I will be 54 July the 9th, 2025. Um, so music is probably my first love. Singing is probably my first love. Vocalizing. And when I was in Houston around 2005, I think I fell in love with podcasting. And I had a love always for computers and the internet. That was back when I was in high school, right? And we found out about email. And it was better than the telephone for me. I don't really like talking on the phone. I really don't like to talk on the phone. But you could text me, you could email me, and probably I will respond to you quicker, unless you're in my immediate family. Other than that, I'm probably busy. So, I fell in love with the internet and computers, and that's probably because I always had a love for gadgets, electronics. And my dad would always say, set up the VCR, come in, set up this CD player, different things like that. And anything to do with the digital clock, anything to do with anything electronic, I can do. If you ask me to build something, I have been able to build things from scratch. If I get something from Amazon and I need to put it together, I might not feel like it, but I can definitely do it. And I will. If I don't have any help, I will do it. So those are just some things that I can do. I'm skilled in hair. Went to cosmetology school in 1990, and I ended up slowing down because I was pregnant. So I didn't get to graduate and go into the field until 1992. And that's when I blew up in the hair industry. At home was my best business. I worked in the salon and I made money, but I was making money for the company more than I was making money for myself. So doing hair at home and having my own business, that was key for me. And so I found this love for makeup when I was a teenager. I was about 13. And then I started playing with makeup more and more. And so it just felt right. Hair, makeup, nails. I was doing that stuff before I entered cosmetology school. And then when I entered cosmetology school, it was like riding a bike. I just needed to learn the fundamentals. I needed to learn the sanitation. I needed to learn the science. And then when I got into the field, that's when I started learning things that people liked. People learn things like how to curl hair and finger waves and pin curls and the basics. But you really have to do continual education and go to hair shows and stuff like that if you really want to grow in cosmetology. Now in 2025, people are really watching the internet. They're watching all the things on the internet if they can't travel, which makes sense. We oftentimes put videos up for people to learn. And it's not for free. Because YouTube is going to pay you. There are other apps that are going to pay you. So you really are not doing this for free. Back in the day, yeah. But now you can get paid to show what you love. And I think outside of my grandmother, that's probably what I like the most about life in general is that even if I don't feel good, like right now, I don't feel good. I haven't felt good all weekend. And that's fine. I have gastroparesis. I suffer with fibromyalgia. I was born with a sickle cell trait, so my blood is always going to give me grief. It's always going to do something, make my life miserable. And so I just tend to ignore it, and I go on with my life. That was not a year ago. I did a little bit of mail, a little bit of this and that. Mostly, I fell in love with traveler's notebooks. And I started making traveler's notebooks, and I really dived into it. And I found a passion for it because I think God gave me that passion because I was going through a divorce and I was having anxiety and I needed something to take my mind off of it. And traveler's notebooks and planning and the making of it, the construction of it, the inventions, that was a passion of mine at that point. So if I had to choose a passion, an ongoing passion, I would definitely say music because I am always going to love to sing. I'm always going to love to use my voice. So even though, as you can see, I've had many, many passions, I'm talented, skilled, and the ministry will always be a love of mine. Sad to say it's not my first love because you have to come into the knowledge, you have to be of age to understand Christianity or whatever ministry you love. For me, it's Christianity because I grew up in a Christian home. I grew up singing Christian music. I grew up playing Christian music by ear. Gospel music was always in the house. My mother sang in the choir. So that has always been a thing for me, a love for me. And I have learned over the years that I can't sing anything but gospel music. I have tried to sing R&B music, and it sounds like crap. I am not an R&B singer. I am a gospel singer. I am also a soprano. So yeah, my voice is my passion, and it is a talent. And I love that because in the Bible ministry, I am a pretty good teacher. When I was called into the ministry, it was between 2005 and 2009. And I really grew in Texas. And I had a father figure. He was my spiritual father and a spiritual mother that really taught me a lot. They helped me grow. Now, if you know my Bible, it's different when you live in the house with a walking Bible. And of course, my mom is a minister, so it just seemed right. Yeah, she's going into ministry. Whether she's a psalmist, a songwriter, whatever, a teacher, a minister, a preacher, an apostle, prophetess, whatever. A lot of people do call me a prophetess because I have been known to prophesy, and so that is a wonderful gift. I have been called by the Pentecostals and the Apostolic a seer, which is a form of prophecy. I can see things that are going to happen or things that are happening right now. So I find that a blessing. But when it comes to like that passion, that's the gospel is something that's never going to go away. You know what I'm saying? The singing, the speaking, using my voice, it's never going to go away. And so that's probably the number one passion for me. It has stunted my growth online because you want to do the trends on social media, right? So what's hot right now? The makeup is always going to be hot. Hair is always going to be hot. Fashion is always going to be hot. But then you get this burnout. And it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do it anymore because, I'm burnt out. And I need a break. I need a break. And so that happened. And my content struggle has been struggling between being sick and having surgeries and having doctor's appointments and getting older and trying to manage my life. Content took a backseat. But make no mistake about it, I am still a content creator and I love being a content creator. And that is one of my passions. It's not the passion. But I definitely want to jump back into it and put my mark on the world. Not just my state, not just Alabama, but I want to put my mark on the world. So I'm going to master this obese thing. I definitely am. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm definitely going to master this. As I speak to you right now, I'm playing around with the audio because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? What am I doing? How's this sounding? All of that stuff. I don't know. But I definitely am playing around with this audio because it doesn't look right. And for me and my headset, it doesn't sound right. But I'm going to keep it going. And hopefully, Renee, you can make heads or tails of all of this. So let's move on to the next question. The next question on Renee's list is another today's challenge. And she says, find someone who you believe has a genuine concern and a craving to be heard. Ask her to meet today. Listen to the person with the intent of understanding. Don't try to fix the problem. Just let the other person be heard. Often, he will be able to fix it without you doing anything but lending a concerning ear. So, my thing, if I said I had a goal, right? My struggle would probably be content. My biggest struggle would be content, would be making content right now, would be diving into content right now, would literally be getting up and doing the content. And in the real world, you don't have any excuses. I, making it personal, don't have many excuses, right? Because I have one, two, three, four, soon to be five devices. Well, I have a laptop, I have a tablet, I have two phones, I have a camera, right? And the camera does pick up audio and stuff, so I can actually use my camera. And the camera hooks up to the internet. So even if I didn't have a laptop, I could still record some stuff and just upload it. I don't feel like being on camera. And that's where things like Prism comes in and OBS comes in. Because you don't have to show your face. You can make faceless content. And so what? So I really don't have excuses. You know what I mean? But it's also not being lazy. I just have to push myself. I literally need to push myself more, even when I don't feel good, even when I feel useless. Like my content isn't going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. But I have this fear. I'm going to make thousands of videos and nobody's going to hear me and nobody's going to watch the videos. Nobody's going to be there unless I'm doing the trend, unless I'm doing a famous niche, or I can cook and all of that stuff. But do I want to make cooking videos every day or every other day or every week? Probably not. Do I cook every week? No. So I'm gonna make a salad. I would have to cook. Sometimes just eat fruit. Just cook fruit. But people do love food. things that people love, you know. And you can make videos surrounding those topics, and sometimes they get picked up and sometimes they don't. I am not a person that's going to go out and I'm going to look for drama or look for chaos or look for a train wreck, hoping to film it. And I can react to those things. I do have, a reaction channel coming up. I just haven't put any effort into it, storytelling and stuff like that, because I just, get irritated lately. To be 100% honest with you guys, I've been so irritated because, it's hot. I don't like summer, even though I was born in the summer. I don't like summer at all. And so, I'm always, I even bought a bag of ice the other day. And girl, when I tell you I almost broke my back trying to get that big bag of ice in the house, I had to do it. The ice trays are not doing it for me right now. So, I did my big one. Now, I will say this concerning content, I do have some things coming for my birthday month. Literally for the rest of this year because of my budget, little by little. There are some things. I'm gonna tell you what they are because I'm gonna do the video. I'm gonna show you guys my new setup. I'm gonna show you guys my new stuff, show you how I use them, and that's gonna be some content. I'm kind of like a prep. I'm sleeping for the next chapter of my life. You know, I'm not 55 yet, okay, but, still, I can start early. I also have been considering a health journey. So I do take a lot of vacations and stuff like that. So that could be some boring content. So I'm definitely going to have a few meetings of some shows, right? I'm going to do, a boring content show or something like that, my boring vlog show or something. But, something just, I'm not an exciting person, my life is pretty boring. To me, it's exciting because when I get to spend time with my grandchildren, or when I'm sitting around laughing with the family, that kind of stuff is exciting to me because that's my life. But I don't think it's exciting to anybody else, you know. But having my voice heard, or having a genuine concern, has always been content, other people's content, what they want to look like to the rest of the world. Why would you put that type of content out? Why would you bring yourself doing something stupid or doing something crazy? In my opinion, okay, I don't understand why people would do that other than to go viral. And even though I want my content to go viral, I think I'm at the point now where I don't care if it goes viral or not. And it's not even about filming my passions. And like this is my favorite question of the day. Having my voice just heard. Period. Which is the concern. The concern is you hear me. I'm invisible. I don't want to leave this earth and not have made an impact, not have made a mark, not have shared my vision and my concerns and my passion and my growth and my failures and my funny side and all of the things. So yeah, two questions today, Miss Rising Star. I would definitely have to say this one was the big one. You did your big one with this one because, and I feel like if you are a content creator, whether you do videos, whether you do podcasts, whether you do short form, whether you do long form, and excuse me, I know I was supposed to say form and not firm. That was that Alabama accent coming out. But whether you do long form or short form content, the whole thing is how do I represent myself to the world? And what do I have to say? And what do I want to share? And what do I want to document? And For me, I just want to document everything I can. I want to document my life, and I want to tell stories. And I don't care if you don't like the videos or not anymore, because at the end of the day, if you don't like my content or you don't care, then at least my children and grandchildren and my great grandchildren and possibly my great great grandchildren and so forth and so on, however long the earth lasts, they will have memories and they will have a vision of who I was. They will know how my brain works. They will know what I look like. They will be able to see and hear my talents. And maybe they will discover, oh, I got that from my great great grandmother. I have my temperament from my great great grandmother. Or my great grandmother could cook, and so that's where I get my cooking from. Or maybe my high fashion comes from my grandma. Uh, when I leave this world, what am I leaving behind? And I don't want to leave behind anything that is embarrassing or anything that you would have to hide your face in shame about. You know, so that's me. And those are my passions. Those are my talents. Those are my concerns. And yeah. So, Miss Rice, I hope this helped your homework out. And I hope the recording was, I hope it was okay, for lack of a better term right now. I'm having brain freeze, but I hope that you can hear this. Um, I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna figure it out. As long as I've had OBS, for God's sake, you would think that I could do this by now. So ridiculous. But anyway, thanks for going up. If you watched this video, if you heard of this sort of podcast-ish type broadcast, thank you. Go to the links and go to my link tree and celebrate my birthday with me, right? It is Wednesday's my birthday, and I definitely want you to do some stuff. On my link tree, there's stuff that's free and there's stuff that costs money, but it's not much. All of my merch is digital, right? So it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Go to the link and see what I have available. Help me celebrate my birthday. Um, yeah. Love you guys so much, and thanks for hanging out with me. And if this audio turns out to be trash, just know I'm learning and I'm working on it. Okay? Pray for me and I'll pray for you. I love you. Good night.